Yo, what is good? What is good, everyone? I'm gonna give more time for everyone to get on the channel and chat and whatnot, and for our special guest to get comfortable before I make that Skype call and switch over to the other scene. What's up, Code Cuts? I see you out there. So while we're waiting for that, I'm finishing up my bowl of Lucky Charms. Yo, what is going on, everyone? How can everyone hear me fine? Is the background music too loud? Let me know. Just let me know so I can make the proper adjustments. All right, cool. So let me. We can get started and go make this call. Yo, God Cycle, thanks for the follow.
Let me switch the camera. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
All right. So I first like to say, for those of you that celebrate this time of year, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone is enjoying themselves, enjoying the festivities, or getting fat and happy with Christmas dinner and all that good stuff. Botting news online. There's a lot of people got fighters, they got Marvel, they got KI, they got whatever for Christmas, and they're enjoying the new online experience and getting bodied. Uh, so if you're one of those jerks who's out there, just wailing away on those newbies, good for you. Anyways, I don't want to waste everyone's time. Everyone's here to check out, what's going on with KI. Where is the state of KI? Where is the state of KI right now? Where is it going? I'm hearing an echo. I know that's me. Yeah, so it's not me. So, where's it going? So if you guys, well, Quincy, you probably have your speaker on or whatever. I'm hearing the feedback on my end.
I was gonna say you're not hearing anything on my end, are you, bro?
Well, Quincy, you probably have your speaker on or whatever. I'm hearing myself on someone's mic.
Yeah, I'm fixing that 1 second.
So why you do that?
Hey, let's do this because I can hear you on your stream, but I can't hear you on the mic.
Right.
So,
Yo, God Cycle, thanks for that follow, by the way. All right, so you can hear me on the stream, but you can't hear me on your PC. But as long as you can hear me, if you have headphones, I don't know, but as long as there's no echo, there's no feedback, I think we're good so far, right? We good? That was good. Everyone can hear Quincy. This is Q style. We have other guests. Mark, we have Pharaoh Yami that's joined us. He's currently grubbing down himself. So today's topic, okay, I said today with this show, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, everyone has a different name for it. We're gonna talk about, obviously the state of KI. A couple topics: Microsoft. What's the plans for KI? KI4, what's going on with the Kilgore Fund. Even though that's been addressed before, there's more comment on that, so that's going to be addressed. The KI community leaders. We got what else? KI World Cup 2018. So we got. I don't have official information for you guys, but we'll touch on that in a bit within the podcast. And past and recent and upcoming events, starting with NEC. There's some people that really want to chime in with NEC. So I know there's some people that weren't too happy with that, but I'm not gonna steal their thunder. We can go ahead and start with Quincy. So this is Q Style. First of all, welcome to the stream and thank you for your service. I understand that you're in the path of promotion.
We got a little bit of delay.
Your delay? Okay. Well, it happens. So as he hears this, he'll answer. So as a couple second, like probably like a 6 or 8 seconds.
But
That's a huge delay.
But yeah, hey, how's it going, man? I'll go ahead and talk on at least start. But I'd like to say, hey, thank you for everybody who's been supporting. And actually, let me go ahead and stop mute this because I just now hear myself talk. That's how long the delay is. So with that being said, thanks for supporting you. One of the things that I did want to talk about is, well, before we do that, because it's going to be awkward, especially with other people get in. Is there a possibility that I can hear you through the Skype chat?
Let me see. I'm going to my settings.
I think you're delayed. I mean, muted.
Well, right now because the mic.
I'm hearing you through Twitch.
And I'm gonna type in the chat here, so that way you'll see it live. Oh, and there is.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Okay, cool. All right, so let me do this. Yeah, we got peoples on here.
There we go.
Okay.
What is up, guys? And let me do a tweet out as well. Try to get some more people in here.
Okay. Yeah, I just figured out how to use this, by the way. So for those of you who are tuning in and haven't used Skype with streaming before, they got this here, I guess. For whenever someone's speaking, it's going to focus on them.
Hold on, I gotta check this out.
All right, and if Quincy were to speak, and then it'll switch over to his camera. So when he hears this, like 20 seconds later, he'll respond, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, whenever Quincy decides to talk.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Let's see. Let me get your Twitch link.
And stuff as well.
Yeah, we always need to get some more people in here.
So
I did a small tweet out.
So Quincy, my XSplit is using my microphone right now, so and I know you can't hear me because my the Skype application is not picking up my video or my audio, so we'll have to play it this way. Or another resolution is I can call you. That way you hear me on the phone and you can respond that way. And he'll take, you know what, I'm just going to call him now.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. just give him a call.
Yeah, I just heard that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my phone out and go ahead and give you a call.
Right on.
Yo, yo, yo. Hey, you got me?
What up, Tendo?
All right, cool. So we can do it this way.
Yeah, I hear you. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Cool.
So now that we're live, I can hear myself on your end. All right. So
Yeah, there's a small echo, but not too bad.
So when you're not talking, it's easier if you mute on your end. That way we don't get that echo. I guess.
That's cool.
All right. So go ahead, Quincy. The show is yours. Or the floor is yours.
Okay, guys. Hey, so here's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, well, first off, thanks for everybody who supported the community and also was good. Well, basically, kept going to events even when the events, were no matter who goes to the events, it's like they're there to support the game. They're there to compete just because they love competing. That is the fighting spirit of esports right there. Is usually if you take a look at what's going on. I mean, to be honest with you, I think there's, with my personal opinion, I think there is some infighting in Microsoft corporate versus Microsoft software. The reason why I say that is just from the outside looking in, it looks very unorganized. And I'm not saying that just to put crap out there. Here's my justification for saying that. If you take a look at it, correct me if I'm wrong. They had a great fundraiser to add 50K to the pot bonus, which the community fund, which was supported through Eagle, made that announcement. But then after that, you haven't heard anything after that since, and that's kind of a thing. Myself, we're in the KI forums, we're in the KI Ultimate fan page, Facebook group, and you hear that question pop up from time to time. What's going on with the money? And you look at these big name FGC events, and you look at it. I'm thinking, Big E was the last one who actually had a pot bonus for this event and was able to get 25 personnel to come out in that tournament, which that's, unfortunately, that's just kind of a lot for us nowadays. But, I think, and that's good that Big E actually did that. Because if you look at some of the other tournaments and compare it to what's used to be what used to be at these tournaments last year, actually year before last, we're talking about 80, 100, 120. Now a year after that, we're talking 40 to 60 to 70. And then after that, now you look at this year, you're looking at 25, 30. One of my tournament organizer friends actually came to me, and I've been out of the scene for a year, but he actually wanted to talk to me about, like, hey, is it worth me putting KI on basically on the event? Is it worth it for putting it on the flyer, putting it on the promo? And honestly, me knowing the business side of it, and me knowing the I guess the turnout, I couldn't give him a direct answer of yes and no, because it's just one of those things. If here in Texas, take a look at, I think Jacob, he can attest. We was at the
Southeast Texas,
a good local ran tournament, and had a 16 a 16 personnel, a 16 man turnout for a smaller community like that. You can get that here in Texas. But outside because you can get. Let me finish that thought. You can get that here in Texas because the promotion and all the work that's been put in by Brandon and other people who have fought for this game to be actually recognized as a game. Or Jacob, hell, Jacob's right there, and all the promotion that he's had on the online scene. So that's a lot of work that's be putting into it. And then after that, you look at with going back to my original question that he asked me. I personally couldn't tell him. I don't know. But thankfully, they went ahead and the two FGC tournaments, they actually put them on there because at the end of the day, it's still a good business move to have a Killer Instinct on your roster because Killer Instinct brings in people outside of the fighting game community that's not your traditional FGCers that's been there that played your Street Fighter, your anime. They bring Xbox players who actually plays the game as well, and so and usually with Killer Instinct was one of the things that one of the games that issued in the Wave 3 of the FGCers. Wave 1 was the old schools, came up with yourself with B4 and Evo 1. All those Cali guys such as Rotendo, and then after that you have your Wave 2, the 09ers, which I ushered in. Then after that, now you have your Wave 3, which is your console players who usually you look at these fighting game tournaments, you see a lot more pads than you do arcade sticks. So it's just one of those things where Killer Instinct is still a viable game, in my opinion. With that being said, is the game has warranted enough for it to be supported by Microsoft for KI4 because with 6 million will advertise 6 million individual players, and also the Steam sales and the sales in the Xbox One. That's it's warranted another game, but will they do it? Will they support it? A lot of those people, they're on different projects, so that's just a rant. I just want to know what are your personal thoughts on it, Rotendo?
All right, so you're asking my personal thought on the outlook for upcoming events.
Yeah, I mean, just as far as upcoming events, and then after that, also support, like far as, and we know it's a business it's a business. Microsoft job, and just want to make sure I'm clear on this. I'm not saying that Microsoft owes anything to the players who come out at these events or anything. Their job is to make the software, and is to make the software, push it out on the market, have people to buy the initial copy. Now, what we do with that software, that's up to us as a community. That's my personal thought on it. But if you make these promises, like I would say commitments, like the $50,000 of fund, and also the access, the $50,000 fund for the community fund, and also the payouts for the World Cup. And that's another thing that I did not mention was the World Cup payouts. It shouldn't take 91 days for someone to get their.
Yeah, let me answer that question. All right, before you take off. Okay, I'm gonna mute you on the phone so that way it doesn't get that echo. So that way you're gonna have to hear the delay. So, anyways, My take on the upcoming event is not just marketing, but the online scene is so strong that it makes more sense to have an online, tournament rather than offline. These days, major. It's viable for players to play online. The online netcode is really good. I mean, it's in the words of Rico Suave, it's strong, strong. It's too strong, man. It's really good, and that's a good thing. I wanted to see the meld they
Yeah,
use
agree.
more.
Agree
They
with
used
the
they
next
used to
move.
use the meld for upcoming events. The meld is that whenever you boot KI and you have like the Microsoft logo, then it comes out, and as soon as you hit, single player, multiplayer, you have the meld, and it tells you this is the rotating character or this is whatever. That used to be used a lot more to give information out to the player. Okay, this Frosty Fossings. I've seen other terms in the past used to be advertised. That was a great tool that is no longer being used that could help with offline events.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
and if we have, I think the tournament organizers contact, so Michael say, hey, I'm throwing an event. Can you possibly throw up a new flash on the meld to help promote, KI is being held at my event, so that way there's more people more aware. All these new players, we have new players sign on to the free to play KI on Xbox Live. So whether they're playing on Xbox One or Windows 10 platform, and then you're reaching out all the new players that's now playing on Steam. So now you got all the Steam players, and they see the mail. That's like, oh, I didn't know there's an offline event. Oh, well, that's only like 3 hours from where I'm at, or that's, yeah, I can travel there. So with that information being spread out using the mail more, or as more often than used in the past, that can reach out all the newer players, because a lot of people aren't aware of the Facebook group. They're not aware of the 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 forum. Some people still don't use the internet. They get the game, they hear from so and so, and people don't use YouTube. So there's a lot of people that do not use social media. So it's that mail is a powerful tool that they could use to kind of promote that. And again, when you're looking at last year's number for tournament, as a tournament organizer, I'm looking at it as a business. Okay, well, I'm looking at, okay, well, I'm gonna have 8 games at my event. Okay, I know that Smash is gonna bring this number, Street Fighter's gonna bring this amount, Marvel's gonna bring X number. Then I gotta figure out, the size of the venue. I gotta set up. Okay, well, um, I need this area for this area for that, whatever. But if this game over here is only gonna bring 6 people, I'd rather save that space for something else that could use that area and get more people, rather than a game that, and resources that no one really plays on Xbox. There's no fighter on the Xbox being played the most other than KI. So that was kind of like a risky investment for a lot of tournament organizers. So, I mean, I can sell off my Xbox One, buy more PS4s or more gaming PCs, and use that space to where I know I'll get 3 times the number than people signing up for KI. And that's more money that's going to be from the venue fee that goes back towards paying the venue fee or other costs that's coming out of my pocket. But that's the thing people aren't looking at. I mean, the online, how I would do it is,
I
um,
100% agree with that.
I would start doing online tournaments. Okay, well, you'll have your main offline event, and then uh, concurrently you'll have like an online section going on at the same time frame. Someone streaming, hey, this is part of NEC. This is part of Winter Brawl. This is part of whatever. It's not local. It's online. You can participate, and you're still getting the viewership or whatever. I mean, it's a bit different, but you're still getting, hey, KI brought in this many people. We're getting the viewers we're getting the sign up fee for this, whatever. So technically, okay, well, 60 people signed up for KI at NEC for the online tournament. 6 people showed up and played, rather than okay, well, advertising for KI and only 16 people show up. So I mean that's to me, I think that's a plan. That's how I would look at it for the future when you have such a strong online netcode for a fighter that's having a hard time meeting those offline numbers. Like I'm muted on the phone. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, yeah, and I can see. Nah, you good. Yeah, so I can see what we're talking about. But the biggest thing is, hold on one second. Let me mute myself here on well. But yeah, the biggest thing is going back to what I was going to segue into was getting, if you're committing to something, meaning if you're committing to the money, if I didn't pay my employees until 3 months after, I would be fired from my job. I'm just saying, I would be done. And if you commit to the money, then after that, it needs to be there. That's simple. You don't have to. That's like basic round one. I mean, like but that's my biggest thing on the two, and also the 2 World Cups, and also some of the local majors. Not local majors, but the committed majors that the organizers have to mail the money to these guys, or after 2 or 3 weeks after. Like, no, like if you sign a contract or you make that commitment, finish out your commitment. But going to what you were saying on the online, I think you're right. You are 100% right. And online, speaking of online, you have one of the number one tournament organizers online that's currently right now within the Killer Instinct scene, Pharaoh Yami. He's been doing an excellent job on maintaining the community. I see he reached out to fight sessions and did a few concurrent events with them, and also does the Pharaoh Yami, the Pharaoh Killers. Which is great. One of the things that I would say, and this is me talking directly to Yami, with the other tournament organizers that dealt with this, dealt with the community as well in Killer Instinct. Don't emotionally invest what you can. Only emotionally invest into what you can afford, because it's one of those things where you see Zombie, how that took a lot out of him. You see content creators like season 1. I'm trying to think this season 1 Jago gentleman, which skips on my mind right now, but I'll get back to it. And also some of the other people who put a lot into it, and which had to just step back for a little bit. It's a lot, but
It is. Yeah, I completely agree.
So I'm
with
just
that.
curious with Pharaoh. What do you have? What do you have up for next? And also, what's going on with the online community?
So, I mean, for the online community, the community's been really strong. The last tournament that we ran was December 2nd, and that was probably the overall best tournament that we've had, because the numbers that we had, we actually increased it to more than 32. Then we also had, almost $200 on the line, plus color codes, and phenomenal competitors as well. But it's just, over time, you start to get burnout. There's a lot to put into onlines that I don't think a lot of people take in consideration. So it's very easy to get burnt out, right? but at the same time, the online community, like I've been in a few different streams the last couple of days, and I've just seen like a lot of new people coming into the community. Yo, I've played, this is my first day on KI and trying to get in, and so like it seems like we're getting a lot of new players due to Christmas, people getting Xbox Ones or PCs or having the money to buy KI. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, where's it going to go? Are these people going to fall in love with the game like some of us have and really want to try to keep the community alive? And I'm not trying to like diss anyone or any of the new players, but it's a question that comes up, you know, how can we try to keep some of these newer players interested like we are and, you know, build the community up more? As far as paying for online tournaments with Killer Instinct, I will not do that. I don't see it as a right move with Killer Instinct. Maybe if it was another game that had a bigger community, a lot more people that wanted to play online at a high level and had financial support behind it, it might be possible, but, you know, that's all something that hasn't been explored, you know, on my end. Overall, I think online community is doing good. Offline is complete horrible. And one point I want to bring up about the offline community, and I'm not, like, don't take my words and try to twist them. This is to everyone that goes offline. If you do go, like, shout outs to all of y'all, because it's a lot of work. But, you know, you brought up the point earlier, Quincy, about NEC. We had like 24 people. After the fact, like, once the tournament got started, that was not true. It was more like 18 people. I sat there and watched at least 6 people not show up. We had Devil, Zip, and Pink Diamond on-site reg. But there was also an issue with Pink Diamond's on-site reg. She never got in the bracket. Long story short, I don't think she's even still in the bracket, like, or was ever put in fully in the bracket. But, you know, there's 3 of us that came out from Texas to NEC, $500 pot bonus. Me, Zip, and Thrash. And then you had Minzo come from Vegas. We had a guy come up from Canada. And then we had a guy that literally was playing only a week at Killer Instinct that actually came out and joined us. And the rest, you know, it's people like Base, Latalis, Nikki, you know, Charbok, Devil, Aphex, the typical people you'll see at some of these offlines.
The usual
and
suspects.
It's kind of sad to see, you know, especially when we all voted for KI to have a $500 pot bonus, and Base was the only one that showed up from the New York Microsoft Store tournaments. We didn't see any of those guys out there. I know a lot of people in Washington, D.C. that could have made it out. You know, there's just, I was expecting at least 30 people, and we couldn't even hit 20 with a $500 pot bonus. That frustrates me. I don't know what could be done to really help KI offline until we find more people that are committed or more people that want to be a part of this community and join us. It seems like a lot of people have tried to do their best to, you know, get KI offline. I know I've tried to do my part at some of the locals down here in Houston, and we've had good numbers, but we're talking Texas. Outside of Texas, the numbers really haven't been there. I think outside of Combo Breaker and CEO, Texas Showdown had the most numbers so far this year with no pot bonus. And we only had like 2 people out of state. And so it's kind of rough when you look at stuff like that. You know, you have different people that want to be here and support, and they'll travel, you know, cross state or out of state or whatnot. But after a while, you know, you start looking at numbers and whatnot. I get, like, for myself, I can see where I'm like, well, why do I want to keep, you know, going if I'm putting my heart and soul into this and I'm trying to bring people in? You know, like you said, you get burnt out after a while. And it's very, it's a struggle for me as well. You know, running onlines and trying to do what I can for offlines. But other people need to, you know, try to step up too and try to bring in people any way that they can. You know, and like Lemon is saying in chat, you know, he's talking about trying to get people out in Brazil, and it, you know, it was tough for him. I watched him struggle even with onlines with Brazil League week after week, you know, just trying to get people to show up, you know, and participate.
Yeah, and here's let me chime in.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. What you were saying about what you were saying about like first onside. Basically, my thing is like us as a community. I mean, I would say basically it's not up to us, the little. Let me put this in. I'm just starting now hearing myself. I apologize if it sounds like I'm mentally retarded. I apologize, but yeah. So with the product should be able. It's a good game. I'll put that out there. But I just one of those things where the product should sell itself, and I know with people like Pharaoh and Tendo, and I know Base and the ambassadors of KI. You know what they do for the community is beyond. Should be because right now they're putting in time, money, and everything else, and it just basically is. I sincerely feel is really not our job to be doing it. It should be up to the community manager, like every other fighting game has outside of KI to actually do that. And I get it. KI is a budget game. It is basically. We all know the story. Hey, Double Helix, we want you to make a game. Here, you got 6 months to do it. And Double Helix said, here's 6 characters at launch. And after that, let's go through the agile model. And then basically we'll update it with seasons. So we started out with 6 characters. Now we have, 30. So we have a lot. I'm sorry, my bad. See the chat. Okay, let's see the chat. Let's see proper advertising. The game games without proper advertisement. Is that what we talked about?
Now, I wanted to someone in chat.
Okay,
saying,
if we had 60 had gotten
no. I wanted to address before
well,
it leaves my mind.
as far as addressing who?
Oh, he's hold on. Yeah, live.
Yeah, live.
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
I got it.
I got it.
All right, so what I wanted to address was someone in the chat mentioned, you know, there's other games. It's like 2017 was kind of big for, you know, a lot of games, and that's another thing that we seem to kind of overlook. People want to take a break from KI, which is great. You know, people, you know, and Pharaoh mentioned the burnout, but you know, people are, you know, a new game came out. Marvel versus Capcom Infinite came out. You have Tekken 7, that last season Street Fighter 5. So a lot of people, they want to do well, and not just KI. They want to do one other games too, and you got to commit more time to those other games. So you know, KI with the state of KI, well, you know, they put more on the back burner. They have that knowledge. You got to put some time into the new games because you don't want to get left in the dust. You want to, you know, get there and get, you know, be with somewhat decent when you go to a tournament. So, and you could just pick up KI from where you left off. You know, it's not that much new content, new stuff to learn really, unless you haven't really been putting much time into the game or into a certain character that you're now picking up, if that makes any sense. So I kind of can see that where the dwarf in numbers at certain events because you got people that normally end up at KI. They're putting more time in, and Marvel, Tekken, Injustice 2, and that's where their focus is at. So they're focused on those other games. So there's not that many people that can play, 5 or 6 games on the same level. Other than like you have Chris G, Justin One. You have a few people that can play all these games at a high level because they had that talent. They put that work in. Some people need to spend more time on one game because they can't do it across the board. So they'll drop, they'll drop a game or 2 or 3 to focus on that one game to do well in at a tournament. So you don't want to go to a tournament and spend entry fees on 5 games and go 0-2 in 5 games. That I wouldn't want to do that. So I would focus on the games I know I have a chance at, kind of advancing pretty well in my pool. And so I'll drop 2 games maybe, and I'll probably drop the one that has the least entries. That's just me personally. I'm looking at, okay, well, not many people's entering this game, and I played this game for such a time. This is a new game. I want to give this new game a shot. So I'm going to spend more time on game A and B and enter these games so I don't go 0-2 in these other games. So he kind of made that point about all the new games coming out 2017, and then next year you can have Dragon Ball coming out. So that's another game. So you have another game that is going to take more time from you, in the lab. So you're not going to be able to balance all these games at once, and so you're going to have to like drop a game or 2 or 3, depending on your free time.
In Rotendo, there's something I want to like bring up real quick off of what you said, about other people picking up other games and whatnot, right? So we all know, like, eventually other people move on to other games. We've seen it, etc., etc. But another thing is, still a lot of the people that are playing KI offline, Nikki, Base, Latalis, are 3 perfect examples of, people that are now playing other games and focusing on those other games. Nikki with Injustice 2, Latalis with Marvel, and Base with Street Fighter. They still come back and compete at KI no matter what tournament they're in. And so it's, yeah, we have people focusing on other games, but we still need to, some of the newer players that we're bringing in need to be encouraged to join us offline as well, because I see, oh, well, I'll never be good enough, to compete in an online, much less an offline. And my response to that is, you will never be good enough then, because nobody just walks into a tournament and wins it, without like putting the time and the practice into the game to learn it, and like if you're like me, where I was just playing casually, against the computer and whatnot, I never learned KI like that, so I just showed up Texas Showdown, and then it just like blew up for me from there. You got to put that time and that practice in, and even if you're playing another game right now, or like focus on another one, or competing in another one at some of these offlines, you still have KI experience, then why not sign up for KI, to have a little bit of fun if you can, because these other guys are doing it. There's no reason, if you're able to, you have like the extra $5 or $10, whatever the game registration is, why not do that, add another number and have some fun as well. It's not like, you have to completely drop KI. Like for me, Texas Showdown 2016, I signed up in Smash Melee competitive. I've never played Smash like at that level in my entire life. I didn't know any of the glitches. I've competed in DOA, KIT, Soul Calibur 5 at NEC, and I don't even play these games. It's just kind of games that I somewhat enjoyed as a kid, and hey, I'll have some fun, sign up, add another number, And sometimes not everyone can do that, you know, and that's understandable. But if you can, why not, right? And that's just kind of what I wanted to say. That kind of bounce on to what you were saying about people moving on.
Right.
So, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt your thought process, Rotendo.
So, with everyone's, yeah, I know with. Okay, yeah. So here's my biggest thing with the. I mean, it's fine. It's good that everybody is going on online, going on tournaments and all this type stuff. Going to the PM, for some reason I lost to what everybody's saying on the PM, so I apologize. I'm floating without a win. So, but here's what I'm doing for the community. Fortunately, I can only affect the local community that I'm around. I'm making a move to Austin. One of the things that for the upcoming tournaments, Combo Breaker, Texas Showdown, and CEO. We're pulling together a carpool. The carpools are back. It's one of those things that a lot of people have been asking me about it. I'm going to make it happen. So yes, I have a little bit more time, but that's a good opportunity for those who are wanting to go to a tournament but don't have the funds. I ultimately, at the end of the day, I would like to make that a nonprofit, similar to what I do with my track and field kids. So that's going on. You'll have it in the we'll have it. Big baller like Tendo, man. You always got the funds. No, I'm just kidding. No, but basically, the biggest thing is I know by pooling your resources, you have more time and opportunity to get there. You know, instead of paying $300 for a room for 2 or 3 nights, yeah, you only have to pay $20 $40 for a room, as well as maybe $40 for gas. And so I think from last year I did a few years ago did Houston to Tennessee. I think people didn't pay any more than $80. Well, $80 for 2 nights, as well as fuel. So I think that's a good opportunity to get people out to offline tournaments. Now I can't support everything, but it's just one of those things. I am a working man myself, but it's just one of those things I would like to do that for the community. And also here in Austin, we'd like to actually start monthlies. What we're doing, what we did in Houston. So it's one of those things where I'm getting involved, but like I said, I will not emotionally invest what I can't afford. So, and which leads up to, leading up to October, and that's all I'll say. So, but yeah, that's all I have to put out. I think this is a good conversation and a good start for us to actually move forward for 2018.
All right, Quincy. Next subject. All right, we're gonna move on to KI World Cup. So I know a lot of people are questioning about KI World Cup for 2018, the tournament season, more information about that. So we're gonna address that, and I'll let Quincy touch up on KI World Cup 2018.
Okay. All right. So what's good? So what I know now, here's the deal. People, like when I say there is going to be a World Cup. So yes, you guys have something to fight for. and everything's not official yet. For those who don't know, like everyone's like, "Where's Brandon? Where's Brandon?" Brandon is. Let's just back up. Brandon has put over God knows how many tens of thousands of dollars in sponsoring players, getting players out, um, tournaments, getting players, getting tournament organizers to support the game. All this stuff is coming out of his own dime to support KI instead of reinvesting into his arcade. For those who've been at the World Cup, you've seen the small little arcade. That's not there anymore. Just want to let you know he brought in his resources, and right now, Ultra Arcade will be back, and it will be back huge. I be honest with you, that's something that you guys gonna have to talk to him about. But like I said, I've talked with, I've seen the plans, and I'm excited about Ultra Arcade and the new venue. I will drive from Austin, Houston, to go to San Antonio to that new arcade when it opens up. With that being said, that's planned for October. Now, October is what they're shooting for the KI World Cup. Right now, it looks like it's going to be more of an open bracket type thing because one, let's be real, the tournament organizers they're not going to put a Killer Instinct on finals day with the low turnout in numbers. So with that being said, it's kind of going to be a fight for yourself for a huge pot bonus. So it's coming. So if you're doubting it, and yes, because they still have that venue that for KI last year, they still have it. So and that's one of the best venues. Oh my God,
It's insane.
so if you haven't started, I know he's selling T-shirts as well as some other things you can buy to support. 100% of the proceeds go directly to World Cup. So I know I bought a hat. I need to buy the second hat because it's happening, and trust me, guys, yeah, I'm excited about it. That's all I'll say.
Yo, it's gonna be like, so you remember the last chance qualifiers, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
So it's like just picture it, last chance qualifiers, but with double elimination instead of single elimination. Pretty much.
And everyone just crammed in there together. Good luck to all.
And there's silence.
Oh, I apologize. Also,
My bad. I didn't hear if you said anything. I was just kind of like waiting
hey,
for
also
a
I wanted
response.
to let you guys know that there are it's with the game being in the state as that, I think there's going to be other games as well. Uh,
Okay, so let me see. C4 Twitch asks 4 quals or more. Okay, so we don't have the official information. We're just going off by. Well, Quincy has more information than I do, and that's all that he has. So anything else is not definite. We don't have. We'll have more information later down the road. You will hear that. Hopefully, when Brandon's back and with more information, we'll relay that via Twitter and all the other social media. But as far as the format, it's like Quincy said, it's looking more like an open event. So you go in, entry fee. Bracket, or you pre-register, you go into pre-register or on site, and then you have like the bracket, you have the pools, and then you'll play instead of being seated, pretty much. So it won't be 32; it'll be like 100, whatever. So if you watched the last Care World Cup, last chance qualifiers, it's pretty much like like that. So it's an open tournament, except that it won't be single elimination because it's open. So that's all the information we have on that. And so just to go back on what we've covered so far, well, Quincy covered. We talked about the community leadership, offline event, online event, KI, Farrell comment on the NEC and things. So that's pretty much it. Steam just came out at the end of September. Right now, I believe it's still on sale, so you can get KI on Steam. If you have not gotten Steam, or you've not gotten KI on PC because you don't have Windows 10, or you refuse to update or upgrade to Windows 10, like a lot of people, you get for Steam for $20 or $19.99. I think it's still on sale, which is a good deal because you get all the characters, you can get all the gold skins. You'll have Kilgore, Eagle. You'll have like all the remix characters.
And Rotendo, I want to say something real quick to add on. Even the Xbox and Windows 10 side is half off as well. So it's not just Steam, it's Xbox and Windows 10 until January 4th for the Xbox One and Windows 10 version. So I'm seeing that through my marketplace right now as I was scrolling through the deals.
So let's put it this way. This game here that I'm holding in my hand for the Xbox One, Definitive Edition at GameStop. Brand new at GameStop, $19.99. Only Season 1-2 characters. Okay? You buy it used. If you have like the Edge the gamer's card, if you have the Edge card, you get like that 20% off or whatever. You're still paying $17. But you're not getting any of the skins. You're not getting, the Season 3, the characters or whatever. $19.99 to get you everything. Minus the skins that you have to unlock, which is like you get the Tremor skins or whatever it's called. You don't get like
you actually
you don't get the Shadow
all
skin.
the gold skins.
The mimic and Shadow skin is the one you have to unlock by playing through Shadow Lords, but everything else you get. So save yourself from buying this and purchase the Steam or through the Xbox Live store. I only got that just to get it because I had to have the physical copy and for the CD.
Yeah, the CD's dope. And, there's a lot of stuff inside the Definitive Edition that I think adds on money, outside the game. There's a lot of, bonus features and whatnot that I enjoyed watching when I got it. But I want to go back to something about, some of the onlines. And this is just more combo killers related. Because I've had a lot of people ask, when's the next online tournament? When's the next, are y'all doing another season? And as it stands right now, I don't know if we're going to do another season. Like me and Quincy got on the subject earlier, getting burnt out is a struggle to deal with, right? I've kind of gotten to that point where I feel a little burnt out, right? A lot of y'all don't know that I've ran over 80 online tournaments. Not including offlines with fight sessions for a few different games, Tekken 7 and Injustice 2. But I've done a lot for KI and I'm feeling a little bit burnt out. That's why we haven't had a whole lot of online since the season ended other than the one, December 2nd. But I do want to say Combo Killers isn't leaving Killer Instinct. We're still going to be around. We're still going to do onlines and still try to help the offline scene. As far as another season, no idea. I can tell you we are trying to plan an online tournament for January. Obviously not the first weekend of January because we got KIT that weekend. So if y'all are headed to KIT, good luck to anyone headed out there. I believe you can still pre-reg for it. So if you are in the Franklin, Tennessee area, because that's where it's being held, definitely check it out. But yeah, about
What just happened?
we're going to do at least one tournament January sometime. I think it might be January 14th is what we're looking at. But that's about all I have for combo killers related. That's KI related as well. So, Rotendo, it's all you. That's about all I have to say on onlines and combo killer related.
We're pretty much covered everything that Q-Star wanted to address and Pharaoh wanted to address. That's the only thing I wanted to add was the Steam. So for those of you who are trying to get friends that play the game and they don't have Xbox One and they don't want to upgrade to Windows 10, Steam's like the perfect way to get them into it. It's it is free. I'm online, and I don't mean like free as in like cost. I'm talking about like playing. It's you have a lot of new people playing the game. You go into rank, you shouldn't have that much trouble ranking up. Literally, you can go right now today. Today's the 25th, right? You can go. Today's the 25th. You can go today. Install KI for Steam. Play through the qualifiers, play through gold, and get into killers and still place top 20, top 32 for the month of November, and you get a pro medal. There's not a lot of people playing ranked. So I mean, there's a lot of people playing Steam, KI, but they're not playing ranked. And it's because people are not that comfortable, playing ranked yet. So I find a lot of matches on exhibition. And then the crossplay, which I didn't mention. So it's crossplay. You can pay people through the Xbox One or the PC version on Steam. You just can't play people. You don't run across ranks. It's two different structures. But yeah, that's all I have to add to that. Mostly positives. Like I still love KI, KI4. Hey. James, I know there's an NDA. There's something you guys can't tell me. Hit me up, inbox me. I'm down to work on a new game project. I'm open.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
And like I said, working on banking software is cool, but I'd love to work back on video game. And if I got a chance to work on KI. I'm telling you, I won't let you guys down. Because I know what you guys want. I know what I would want in a KI game. And
I just want to say this. I would love a new KI game, and to see the franchise just, keep going on would be great. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt or anything. Like, I would love a new KI, And that's basically it. I think we lost Quincy. I think he had to dip out. I'm sorry, Quincy. My bad, Q.
Well, is there any question from... No! You cannot delete Glacius. Glacius is like the best player in the game. No way.
Yeah, but shout outs to Quincy and everything that he does. It's just phenomenal everything that he does to try to keep this community going as well. With his military career.
Okay.
Everything else that he does.
You're out?
RoboCop and KI? No, we don't need RoboCop here either.
All right, talk to you later.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, late.
But yeah, if anyone wants to ask me a couple questions before I get out of here, I think we're about to shut it down. Correct, Rotendo?
Yes, except we're not shutting down Glacius. Everything else is good.
I think Glacius could use a nerf or two.
Best instinct in the game. Or the best ultimate. I'm sorry, best ultimate in the game.
Okay, I'll give you that. Best ultimate, yes. Best instinct, no.
He's up there. It's up there. I saw that that thread someone created. Top Five Instincts.
I
yeah.
was alright. I want to say this. I was so happy that Orca was not mentioned because I'm so tired of hearing, "Oh, her instinct's so good. It's so good. It's so good." It's only good for one thing. Like, the one thing that annoys me is like I'll do Rekka and send a cat in between Rekkas and get a hit confirm on the second one, and so I'll go for Rekka immediately. You know, low, medium, or heavy charge. And because the cat has so little hit stun, I could be poked out of my own Rekkas after I got the second hit. And so, like, I find that irritating itself.
Yo, thanks, outside for the subscription and for joining the beloved core. No, I'm just kidding. You know, that'd be crazy if I have it rigged to where whenever you subscribe to my channel, you enlist in the Marine Corps and you ship off for boot camp like that week.
I don't like I don't know about that. That might be scary.
Okay.
Orchid, I don't want to hear y'all with the orchid nerfs. Get out of here with that. But yeah, I think that's it. We've pretty much covered each little topic that we planned on talking about.
I mean, yeah, it's not much. Hopefully, for those of you that have been out the loop, it's something, you know, so something that people weren't aware of. So this wasn't meant for like your casual people that are in there, you know, that in the know, you know. So I don't expect Base or Nikki and these guys to be in here because they're heavily involved in these
They
things.
know what's going on.
They know what's up. So this will be archived. I'll have this exported to YouTube for those of you that missed out or only caught a portion of it, and on the way to work you can listen to it, or at work on your desk or wherever you can catch it. And then hopefully I'll have another one of these with new information when there's new content. There's another state of KI, and that's why I titled it "A New Hope?" ? You know, because like I'm a big Star Wars fan, you know, and I'm not gonna spoil anything about The Last Jedi, and I'm not gonna make any comment positive
thank God.
or negative about The Last Jedi. But
I don't want to
you know,
hear spoilers. I have not seen it yet.
This all I got to say. Is I bought this when I watched the movie. There was a comic studio, or there was like a comic store there selling stuff, and I was like, yo, it's original artwork, and I just had to pick up Luke Skywalker, aka, you know, Kenobi.
Dude, that looks sick.
Yeah, so anyways, that's why you saw the title, you know, Stay Ki episode 8 with the Roman numerals and then A New Hope ? I have nothing else for you guys, and Merry Christmas. Enjoy the rest of your festivities. Be safe, and I'll catch you guys online and other games, and bust your ass and whatever games you want to play. I got 5K, so you know, you guys want to play some more Street Fighter, you know, or you know, these other old man games, let me know. Hit me up. Actually, I'm gonna hit up Charlie Boy. I'm gonna bust his ass in some Alpha 3 soon. So,
dude, he's been all over Fightcade recently too.
Alright, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and close you guys out. Farrell.
Alright, everyone.
Nice having you.
Everyone in chat, I will see y'all later. Rotendo, thanks for having me. All y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Catch me around. I will be streaming and whatnot. Y'all already know where to find me. Peace out, everyone. Later, Rotendo. Thanks for having me.
Alright, brother. Alright, so I am still here. But I'm gonna play you guys out. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish strong the soundtrack. And in case you don't know, this is Fulgor's theme, but I wanted to play you out with a more appropriate soundtrack. Yeah, I can get you on the interview. There, Ramen. All right, that's right. That's right. We're closing out the Glacius theme from KI2. I'm gonna turn this mother up. I'm gonna turn this up. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.